Wrapped is back. Hi, I'm Erica from my phone. Welcome to another video. Today, Spotify has decided to drop their Wrapped of 2023, and it is November 29th. We keep just bringing it a little early. They just can't help themselves. They have to give it to us so early. And it is time for me to see what music I listen to the most, all my stats, how much I listen to, the variety of artists. I'm excited to see what we have in store today. The only predictions I'm going to make ahead of time are my top 5 artists. I think Taylor Swift's going to be up there. She's been my top artist from 2017 to 2022. It's possible SZA could overtake her this year. I don't know, I've listened to SOS so much this year, and it is my album of the year, and you'll see a lot of SOS songs on here, I'm sure. But yeah, both of them are definitely there. Then I also think Waterparks probably will get it. I got to meet them this year, so I definitely listen to their music a lot. I also think Mitski could make a return. And I think in the 5th spot's either going to be Beyonce or Madonna, or maybe instead of Mitski or instead of Waterparks or something like that. Like, I feel like those 6 are the ones I've gotten into the most this year. Madonna mainly just through doing reactions for you guys and liking some of those songs and then listening to those. And Beyonce because Renaissance really was that girl. I am intrigued. I'm going to be using my second phone today to look at my Wrap because I film on my main phone. This is my German phone that I bought. It is made for digital beginners. That means old people whose first phone is this. It's their first smartphone. Yeah, I got it as a cheap smartphone option here because I needed a German phone number in Germany, and AT&T hates that idea. So I just basically keep this other one on airplane mode, or I had to pay $10 a day. So I don't do that. And so because of that, and because I edit on my phone, all the stuff that's about like their special Wrap package, I'm going to be trying to sync it up later. So my apologies if it's not the clearest, but I will do my best. And then the song part, I'm going to be looking on my laptop, so that'll be pretty easy. Let me know your top artists and your top songs down below, and without further ado, let's get into it. 2023 was a feast for your ears. You listened to 55 genres. I feel like they limited it a bit. I feel like I've listened to a lot more than 55. I think it was like 500 before. Oh, there's bread. Bread. Let's get this bread. What is this? Oh, it's an everything bagel? Okay, that's pretty fair. Your top genres, delicious. Okay, so I have pop, I have POV indie. Don't know what classifies that. I have art pop, fair. Rap. Maybe with SZA a little bit. She's R&B. And there's Alt Z. I have never heard of Alt Z ever. Rap. I guess I listened to some Megan, if Renaissance is ever called rap, which I don't think it is. She does rap a little bit on it, but I don't know. We'll see. This year, your listening took you places. Okay, I see Little Caroline, I see Chapel Row, and I see Taylor. One place listened just like you. Cambridge, USA. People there are far more likely to be fans of Taylor Swift, Caroline Polachek, and Chapel Rowan. All right. You played 3,460 songs in 2023, and there was one that really connected. I'm excited to see what it is, but 3,460 songs, nothing to sneeze at. I don't know if that's a lot for me or little. I don't know unique songs numbers from past. Oh, my top song was Gone Girl by SZA. I played it 25 times this year, starting on January 2nd. It still sounds perfect. That's true. Sorry, this is going so fast. But Gone Girl is very much my song that I started off the year with. And I listened to the SOS album fully a lot this year, so I feel like a lot of top songs are going to be there. We're going to probably get into that in a moment. But Gone Girl is so good. And 25 is actually really funny because the very first night, my top song of 2022 was also the song I played 25 times exactly. So that's pretty funny. Ruined my heart from one more favorite. Or more than one favorite. Oh, I'm romantic. Cool. SZA. Gone Girl, Good Day, Seek and Destroy, Shooting Star, and Welcome to My Island. Ooh, that's a good list. Okay. Yeah, all right. I like that. Carly Rae Jepsen, always a great song maker. Welcome to My Island is a song I really did listen to a lot. And I was thinking a while ago that it could be my top song of the year. These top 3, they make sense. I can see them. They make sense. Seek and Destroy, Good Days, and Gone Girl are 3 of my favorites. But all my favorites change on SOS all the time because it's such a good product. Okay. Top songs, thank you. I'm going to add it. Oh, wait. Yeah, I'll add it to my library. Time is a construct, but we kept track anyway. I listened for 27,895 minutes. That's 19 days nonstop. Okay, that's a little higher than I did before. I think it was low 20,000s, but I was trying to go for like a 30,000, but I guess I was too ingrained in YouTube or other things to listen. But that was still pretty good. That's still pretty good. And I peaked on January 30th with 310 minutes. And I was in the top 13% of listeners worldwide. All right. I listened to 924 artists this year, but I'm really proud of that. One came out on top. I think it's going to be Taylor. Yeah. Say hello to your top artist, Taylor Swift. You're a top 4% fan, and you spent 2,228 minutes together. I listen to a lot of artists, and people do largely think of me as a Swiftie. And that's true. I'm definitely a Swiftie by legacy, at least. But I definitely listen to artists beyond her. So you're not going to get an insane thing like top 0.1% and spending 6 days together. I gotta get enough of Anti-Hero. That's the one that they said? Oh, wait. It's something special with your top artist. Here's how you spent time with them across the year. All right. Number 1, peak listening month was May. Why May? Oh, that's when I saw her in New York. That makes sense. Number 2 is SZA. Peak listening month, January, right after SOS had come out. Yep, that makes sense. Waterparks. Wow, I really said my top 3 like that. I also saw Waterparks in May as well. That makes a lot of sense. What's number 4? Mitski. I'm really in line with this. And January. I don't know why in January, but fair enough. And then 5th, Madonna. I said all of them. I'm really know myself this year. Self-aware king. Okay. And May as well. I don't know why. Probably because that's when I did my reactions. Okay, great. All lovely women. Sorry, Waterparks is not women, but they're all lovely. Hold up, someone's on the other line. Oh, Taylor. I'm getting it right now.
Basically a thank you note. Honestly, it looks like you listened to a lot of my music this year. Doesn't matter which era you were listening to, I'm very, very grateful to be on your Spotify.
Oh yeah, that was really for Brazil dress. Thank you, Taylor. That's better. They turned off the lights. The way you listen this year makes you a hero. Or maybe we should say anti-hero. All right. Tap to reveal. Oh, what is this? This is probably something funky they did this. The Hypnotist. Your concentration is absolute, friend. You like to play albums all the way through from the opening track to the final note. That is true. I actually listened to over 100 albums from before 2023 for the first time this year. It was a goal of mine to get some albums out of my saved albums. I'm going to try to do like 200 next year. But that was a good goal of mine. And I was listening through albums all the way through. That was a lot. That was fun. Same time next year. Oh, this feels shorter than normal, but all good with me. All right. Yep. We got our Taylor, SZA, Waterparks, Mitski, Madonna, Gone Girls, Good Days, Seek and Destroy, Shooting Star, and Welcome to My Island. Yeah, this is a good list. Honestly, I'm pretty impressed. I mean, I'm the one who made it, but I'm glad it turned out good. Now, bring you to my top songs of 2023. We know our top 5, but let's go through the 100 just so I can bring some recommendations to you. And also, you can see my reaction when I see that most of it is SZA. Okay, we have our top 5. Gone Girl, Good Days, Seek and Destroy, Shooting Star, Welcome to My Island. I'm going to now scroll down for me for the top 10. And we have Anti-Hero, Open Arms, Real Super Dark, Heated, and Karma. What a great top 10. Shows a little bit of Waterparks appreciation. I love Real Super Dark. Probably one of my favorites from Intellectual Property. I love Anti-Hero and Karma. They were just both good songs to play. And if someone was playing a playlist, I was picking songs that were going to be functional. Even though I did see Karma featuring Ice Spice live, I do prefer the original. And Heated was something I literally listened to when I got to Germany for like 2 weeks straight. So that does make sense why that will be there. Getting into top 20, we have Kill Bill, Brainwashed, Cuff It, Lavender Haze, Shirt, Boyd, Alien Superstar, Bejeweled, Too Late, and Dream Boy. Okay, we are seeing my taste. Lavender Haze, that feels wrong. I feel like I was really tired of Lavender Haze this year. I feel like I overplayed it at the very beginning of the Midnight's rollout. So I think that song feels wrong at 14. But the rest of these, Cuff It feels a little wrong, but I guess I did really listen to that album a lot. and it shows. Honestly, these are good lists. I'm seeing that I really wasn't a big collaborations fan, except for Open Arms with Travis Scott up there. But yeah, we're trying to go for a more diverse group of artists in terms of having more variety. And so far, it looks like it might be more limited. It might be different artists than previous years, but I think I really was an album listener this year, so that could be tricky. All right, let's go into the next thing. Oh, we got Cozy. Is It Over Now? Made 22. Okay, it does not cut off at Halloween. I know that. I have listened to it a lot in November, and I think that's what we're showing right now. Like that is, I think, is the main reason. I don't think it was in those first few days because I was really not on my phone much because we were doing a big Halloween weekend thing. So yeah, I'm gonna say that for that. F to F, Iconic from Madison Rose. If you don't know Madison Rose, listen to Iconic, first of all. There's other songs that she does that is good. The album Technicolor is all a really great album. Technicolor, the title track, is also really good. I don't think it would have made it here because I don't think I listened to it nearly as much. But Iconic is a really good song, so I highly recommend that. I get some basic pics of Flowers. I'm running up that hill for the second year in a row. I Hate You, Brand New City, Head on Fire, and Get Together. Head on Fire, I thought could have been like much higher actually, because it was I think 6th last year or something like that, and I played it a lot this year, and I was like, it could definitely make a appearance. I mean, 29 is not a thing to sneeze at, but it's not as high as I thought it would probably be. I also think Flowers got a lot because of me listening to Miley's album a few times, but then also just trying to get myself to like the song. I like it, but it is not my favorite Miley song. But congrats to Miley for getting her flowers with this track. This is also finally where we get our first Madonna track. Get Together is definitely my top song from Madonna that I listened to this year. I knew that would be the case. Confessions on the Dance Floor is a great album. Get Together is the one I listen to the most. Absolutely. Now, next we get into Snooze, River, Break My Soul, Question, Conceited, Can't Be Tamed, Ray of Light, Meteorite, SOS, and category is RuPaul. It's so true. Let's see, what needs explain? Does anything need explaining? Question is surprising to be up there. Maybe they put some of the December of last year in it, but I guess if we would know about that because people would get Christmas songs, I'm sure. So I guess I don't remember when I listened to Question that much. Honestly, I liked it, and it was one of the songs I had claimed when it came out. But I don't think it was one I turned to recently as much. Conceited, like I specifically remember turning that on. Can't Be Tamed, honestly, should be higher. Ray of Light should also be higher, but whatever. Break My Soul should not be as high. I think it's because it was high last year. But that was not the top Beyonce song I listened to this year. I guess we did have several before this, though. Meteorite, I'm glad, gets this moment. I do like the song by Banks, and Serpentina, I finally listened to in its entirety this year, and it was great. And I'm excited to actually go into more Banks' discography. If you'd like me to do that with you, let me know. And then category is featuring the cast of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 9 that does include Peppermint. It includes Sasha Velour. It includes Shea Coulee and Trinity the Tuck. Yeah, I finally succumbed to getting into Drag Race this year. And it was specifically because I actually got to meet Sasha Velour. Sasha Velour is an alum of my college, and she came and did a little show at her alma mater. If you followed my channel for a while, I was working last year at the school I went to for 4 years. And I actually worked in campus activities, and the person who was helping put on the production for Sasha Velour was able to give me tickets, which was lovely. They were free for everyone, but I did not have to get on a big list. I would have been like, hopefully I'll get it. I did not have to worry. I did get to meet her, and that made me realize I should watch the season, which, spoiler alert, she wins. As you can also see, 39 is just the first song on SOS, the title track. So you can tell I just listened to it a lot. Or at least I started to. Next, we get into Fake Mona Lisa Sneaker Night. Far, Vigilante, Talk Down, Disaster, Smoking My X-Pac, Holy Ground, Hounds of Love, and After Midnight. All lovely songs. I have nothing against them. I'm glad. I don't remember when I finally listened to Chaperone's album, but I'm actually seeing her next week in Paris. So that's very exciting for me to see some love for her pretty late in the year. Talk Down, I really like. That's a great song. I'm hoping to get into the album this year. Disaster was one of my standouts when I listened to Super Hake finally. Holy Ground was one of my surprise songs at my concert where I saw her in New York City. I was really up close. I had a whole video about that. It got claimed by Taylor's team. Sorry, Taylor. I apologize. But yeah, I do really love Holy Ground. I'm so happy that you blessed us with that performance. Oh, and then Sneaker Night. Sneaker Night just needed a moment because it's just so good. And I was trying to get my roommate into some of our Disney jams, and that is a Disney jam. Fake Mona Lisa is also just a really good song, so highly recommend you get into it if you haven't gotten into that song from Carly Rae Jepsen, because you should. You should just get into Carly Rae Jepsen. Yeah, I think this is a good top 50. Hounds of Love also being here. Lovely. That's surprising that it is not the remastered. That feels weird, actually. I don't know why that is, because I definitely have exclusively listened to the remastered of that one. But all right. All right, into this sec. And it's kind of more the same, but then it gets interesting, which I think that's probably where I'm going to get my more diversity of artists, is the ones that I listen to like 7 times. 7 is probably the amount of times I listen to the songs at the bottom. That's probably what it will be. We got Low, we got Midnight Rain, we got Potential Breakup Song. I know they made an explicit version. I like this My Stupid Birthday. I don't know. It just feels so teenagery and fun. Closer is also one of my standouts from Intellectual Property, but it wasn't a single, and I think that's why I didn't listen to it as much as the other two. You First from Paramore, great song. This is how they opened their Paramore show. Maroon, wonderful. Better Have My Money from Rihanna, really good. Silk Chiffon, really great. Wide Eyed, and Better Than Revenge, the Taylor's version, of course. Yeah, a lot of these I'm seeing, this is where I'm continuing to see. I did a thing this year where each day for an entire like weekday week, so the 5 days in a week, I would listen to a song at least once. And that's just like to start my day in a certain mood. And yeah, I feel like that can also help with my adding of different styles and certain moods I was in throughout the year. So I remember Better Have My Money was definitely one. Wide Eyed was definitely one. Yeah. And I think, Potential Breakup Song probably also. So yeah, that's also why we're getting a little bit of that. But I think it was really helpful for me to get into songs I was hearing newly, or if I got an old song in my head, I was like, oh, wait, that was good. Let me play that again, to actually go and do that. Next, we get into more Paramore as well as other artists. We have Figure 8, Love Me More, Love Is Embarrassing, Paris, Reboot, Let's Sort the Whole Thing Out, Fuego, Right Where You Left Me, Next to Me, and Knockoff. Okay, yeah, we are getting some more different artists, and I'm excited about that. Yeah, we have Figure 8. As you know, I like the This Is Why Paramore record. I do like After Laughter better, but I should listen to it more because it's definitely not going to make an appearance right now. Love Me More was one of my top songs of last year. Love Is Embarrassing, my favorite from Guts, I think, or one of my favorites. Paris just got stuck in my head a lot, so it had to be played. Reboot, Let's Sort the Whole Thing Out. Yeah, a lot of these are going to be the ones I listen to a bunch. Right Where You Left Me, I played around my birthday because she's still 23 and sent her fantasy, and it was the week before I turned 24, so made sense. Next to Me was also a song that had been stuck in my head, and I was really happy to actually listen to that song a bunch. It was on the radio a long time ago, and I just remember liking it, and so I really like it. If you have ever heard of Emily Sandé, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing her name right, and I haven't listened to another song from her to my knowledge, so I should. But yeah, it's nice. To highly recommend. Also recommend Knockoff from Poppy. It's the most pop she's ever gone. I did listen to her new album. I forgot I listened to it. Knockoff's still my favorite, but she has a lot of good songs on it that I should probably go back into. And Fuego from the Cheetah Girls is just self-explanatory. A great song. But also was during that same time as the Sneaker Night where I was like, let's listen to some old Disney jams and get really into that nostalgia. All right, yes, some more of this. We got Fast Times from Sabrina Carpenter, Super Graphic Ultra Modern Girl from Chappell Rowan, I'm Not Here to Make Friends from Sam Smith, Calvin Harris, and Jessie Reyes. Idea Right, another great one. Take Her to the Moon from Water Parks, Drunk Walk Home, The Very First Night, my top song of last year. Blind, which is not my favorite song from SZA. So that's how you know, so I listened to this album a lot, and I might have just tuned out during Blind or just took a chill moment and forgot to skip it. But Blind is probably one of my least favorites. It's not as bad as Forgiveless. That is the song I've listened to by far the least, and it should not show up here. Then we have Titi Me Pregunto. Sorry, my Spanish is really off, especially because I'm in Germany. And then Me and My Husband, a great song from Mitski that did really well for me last year as well. Yeah, honestly, just all good songs. Highly recommend you just check out this list of songs that I'm showing you because they're all just really good. And then we have Violet Chemistry, Used, featuring Don Tolliver, which is the one I always forget how it sounds. I don't know. Whatever I do, I will always forget this song, but it is good. Paint the Town Red, Motion Sickness, Undo, Back to My Heart, People Watching, The Big Sky, Free, I Believe in What I Want. All right. Yeah. That all of those make sense. I'm surprised that I Believe made it, but I guess I did listen to the album for the first time this year because it came out this year. So I guess probably during that early time it got a little more moments. Yeah. Anything. Paint the Town Red is a great track. Yeah. Undo, Back to My Heart made me like, I loved 333 when I finally took the time to listen to it. And I should actually listen to it again because there was only a couple songs that I was really replaying because it is a fairly long album, but I need to get into that more. Yeah, all of these are good songs. I have no more notes on them. Now let's see what the last 10 are. I feel like I always get a weird surprise in here, like something I haven't seen yet. Doja Cat, this is her first entry this year. Phoebe Bridgers, I think. Tinashe, yeah. So, yeah, you can see that there are going to be moments that might just pop up. Let's see. Summer Renaissance, Hits Different, Mr. Know-It-All, No Scrubs, Happy Not Knowing, Renegade, Beef Flow Mix, Muddy Feet, Energy, and I Can See You. This is a final moment. I'm surprised I Can See You took so long to get here. I feel like I listened to that pretty close to Better Than Revenge, but maybe I was really wrong about that. I think Summer Renaissance really shows that I really just listened to that Beyonce album a lot. I'm really curious to see how much I actually had of that. Mr. Know-It-All, great song. No Scrubs, also really good. Yeah, I brought some classics. Hits Different is one of the best songs in Midnight's. That one is one of the things that will probably stay into the next year. I don't know how much else from Midnight's will, though You're Losing Me finally came out on streaming platforms, and that will probably hit because if I hadn't had to go to YouTube or some other platform to hear You're Losing Me this whole year, it would have shown up as one of my higher tracks. Happy Not Knowing is always just a classic good song. Renegade's also really good. I always love Renegade. Muddy Feet, that was mainly towards the thing. I'm not a Sia fan right now. I still am not over how she handled her movie music or just even had the movie exist. Not really my thing. I could watch it. I don't want to, especially as someone who might be in that community and has many friends who are specifically in that community. It's not really what I want to watch. It doesn't seem like it's something I would want to concern myself with. And I feel like she does nothing to the song that benefits. I just really like Miley Cyrus being angry. I love a good angry song from Miley. She doesn't do it that often, but when she does, it's always amazing. So I think that's why it was there. Energy was mainly, I think, to get me hype going into Break My Soul, but also because of the sense of listening to this whole album. I have no idea how many of them got here. I'll probably check in a moment, but yeah. Yeah, this is a good list. I'm pretty pleased to see how all of this turned out. All right, so some summary stats to my knowledge. So I had 17 of the 23 songs on SOS in my top 100. I think that shows how much I love that album. I don't know which songs weren't there. I'll probably look later, but the 17 important ones, at least, are there. So that's cool. I have also 17 Taylor Swift songs. Not all from Midnight's, mainly from all across her eras. We have 2 from Speak Now, Taylor's version. We have Renegade. We got 1 from Evermore. Only 1 from Evermore is really surprising because Evermore is one of my top albums. I feel like when Taylor Swift starts slowing down as an artist in terms of output, I might be able to listen to some of her other songs backwards. Like, I feel like I'll get more into Speak Now and I'll get more into Evermore and to the albums I definitely like versus just trying to keep up with some of the newer stuff. A couple from Red Taylor's version, that makes sense. Yeah, and then 1 from 1989 Taylor's version. Look at me appreciating most of the eras. And then I had 7 out of 15 or 16 songs on Renaissance. About half the album is in here, so that is pretty strong. In terms of the other top artists, I have 6 from water parks in here. What else did I have? Mitski. I only had 4 from her this year, so a limited output, but still an output nonetheless. And then for Madonna, I only had 2. Okay. So yeah, I did have a breadth of artists, I think, but also just a big thing on SZA and Taylor. That's really all from me. Let me know who your top artists were, your top song this year. Were most of them from this year? Were they mostly from last year? When did they happen? I feel like my biggest cluster is going to be 2022, given that all of SOS is from there and anything from Midnight's is generally there. So I'm intrigued to see when I do some statistics. I don't know if that will be done before this video. Probably not, because it takes a minute of time. I always compete whether I have more songs with male artists on them or if I have more Taylor Swift songs. And I don't know what it's going to be this year. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. If you have any more specific questions about my Wrapped or statistics that you don't want to do the math to, you can comment and I can answer those questions when I have that data, because I do love to analyze this in a mathematical way. I don't know. I feel like it gets to some insight into my human mind and experience and how I perceive the world. I love doing that type of stuff. But also let me know your stuff as well, because I just love looking at everyone's Wrapped. I love hearing data. I don't know. I love it, even though I don't normally like math. This is just the point of the year where the statistics teacher in me just has a ball. Overall, I hope you have a great start to your holiday season, whatever you celebrate. I will be making a couple more videos of this year, I believe. So stay tuned for those and let me know what you want to see in the new year as well. So anyway, if you like this video, please like it. Please comment down below what you'd like me to do next on my channel. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already and you'd like to be. And thanks for watching. This is TurtleStormer. I'll catch you later.